Wowee! That's what I call domination. Welcome back, hockey fans. Welcome in if this is your first time to the channel. I'm Josh. This is the Hockey Flow, and today it's Saturday, June 18th, 2022. Stanley Cup Finals Game 2, Avalanche Lightning just wrapped up, and I tell you what, quite the game we just saw. 7-0 shutout in favor of the Avalanche, second biggest shutout in Stanley Cup Finals history. But we're going to get to that in just a moment on Today in Hockey. But first and foremost, we got a couple of headlines to get to, including kind of a serious one, a sad one for us, for Caps fans out there. Then we'll get to my observations from Game 2, and then I tell you what, we got a fun one. Let's go Oilers, baby! We're going back to The Athletic. One of our favorite authors, Daniel Nugent-Bowman, laid out his 10 steps for success for the Oilers offseason, so we're going to react and break down that puppy. But let's get into it, shall we? Oh, and before I forget, if you do enjoy the content, go ahead, like the video, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate it, as we're just getting started out, but we're going to keep bringing you videos daily, so you want to make sure you never miss a beat, right? But yeah, let's get into it. I appreciate you guys. All right, headlines first and foremost. Nashville Predators. This one came out a little later yesterday. Bill Haslam, former Tennessee governor and brother of Jimmy Haslam, the Browns owner, is purchasing the team. He will become the minority owner soon, and then the majority owner within the next few years. So Predators fans, I think you guys should be excited. If anything, he's just going to keep the team competitive and spend money. So have to be excited about that, right? All right, this is a little bit of a bummer news today. Washington Capitals, Nicholas Backstrom, BACKY, he did undergo hip resurfacing surgery today. And his career, is it in doubt? We're not going to throw that into the universe with that. But essentially, the difference between hip resurfacing and hip replacement is just about how much they're replacing, quote unquote. So with the resurfacing, they just they put a metal cap on the ball joint there and replace a few other things, but it's not everything. And there are players that have come back from this, but there are also players that have not. Ryan Kessler, probably most recently, had this surgery done on both hips and was not able to return. But fingers are crossed for BACKY. This one's a tough one to bring out today, but one of my favorite players. But yes, best of luck to you, good sir, in your recovery. His rehab starts immediately, they said, and surgery was a success, so that's the positive. All right, this is the game, baby. We had Game 2. This was a bloodbath, and I got to be honest, not what I was expecting at all. I thought the Tampa Bay Lightning were going to come out, make a statement, show, yes, we're the defending champs for a reason. And I tell you what, Colorado was just relentless. Pressure up and down. These are my four thoughts. Number one, the Avs' effort. This 7-0 blowout, it was the Avs' effort, right? Top to bottom, as soon as the puck dropped, they're causing issues. There's a penalty within the first 2 minutes against the Lightning. Bednar even called it out as well, and I believe it was the second intermission. We're coming back from the second intermission, just how well his team was playing and how much effort every single individual was putting in on the ice. The forecheck and the back check coming back, he said, my players are putting as much effort on defense as they are on offense, and I can't ask for anything more. And we'll get to Bednar in just a moment more, but Valeri Nichushkin, my goodness, this guy is in a different category right now. He guess he wants to get paid this offseason, but he had 2 more goals, and the Avs' depth just shown again. Up until the end there, Cale Makar hadn't had a point this series, and the Avs were still doing this. So that speaks volumes to them and just with the team that they've built. But Nichushkin, I called it in our preview video. Check that one out. He's just having that impact, right? And he's going to get paid this year. Now, number 3 here, we're looking at Cooper's adjustments. So this one's from the Lightning. I found it really interesting. We talked about the shutdown line, right? And after tonight, they might not necessarily be the shutdown line. Let me know in the comments how we're feeling about that. But with Cooper's adjustments, that's something that he's made his mark, making mid-game adjustments. Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals, he puts the shutdown line together. Tonight, he moves Cooch over onto the same line as Braden Point. They play together a lot in the regular season. It's just a natural move, right? But it didn't really work out, as we can see. 7-0. There are just some things. The Avalanche are just unrelenting in their speed, top to bottom, in their depth. I mean, Alex Newhook had 2 assists in the first period, and he hasn't even played. I think he's probably sat more games than he's played this postseason. Avs fans, let me know in the comments. That one, I was always surprised to see him scratched. Same with Burakovsky earlier in the series too. But last but not least, Vasi. What happened? This was his worst game of his career. I actually changed my thought on Vasi towards the end after that last goal, 7-0. These are the most goals he's given up in his career, regular season or postseason. He's got to rebound, right? And that's what makes him great, is that he can forget this, short memory. But that blocker side, and the point I was actually going to make about him was his 5-hole. He's been so great all postseason, and then now has given up 2 goals through that 5-hole in this series alone. So Vasi's got some stuff to work through. So do the Lightning, but this one was a fun one for Avs fans. To be honest, I was ready to check out about midway through the second period, but the Avs are just fun to watch in so many ways too. So I was hooked. But yeah. All right, we're moving on to the article deep dive. Love doing these. We're returning back to The Athletic. I tell you what, this one's a lot of fun. Edmonton Oilers offseason priorities, a 10-step plan for success. We're bringing the cup home, baby. Daniel Nugent-Bowman, he walks us through 10 steps. He starts the article off just saying free agency is less than a month away, and GM Ken Holland has a lot to do. So this was his 10 steps that he feels that the GM needs to do in the next few weeks as we're getting ready for free agency to start. Yeah, so let's get into it, right? I'm going to give you my thoughts, and let me know in the comments what you guys think of these Oiler fans, because I tell you what, I like a lot of them. Some of them I don't know if I agree with. But number 1, bring back Woodcroft. Breaking news just came out before the Stanley Cup final game. I had already finished all my stuff for the video, so we'll talk about it a little more tomorrow. But Jay Woodcroft did sign a 3-year deal to stay as the Edmonton Oilers head coach. We're bringing him back. So number 1, I absolutely agree. Woodcroft did an excellent job with this team, did an excellent job with the Condors before. I feel like he's hopefully going to give the young guys a shot moving into next season too. I know we were a little timid in the postseason, but I'd be curious how much say he had in that. I would like to think 100%. But yeah, moving on to number 2, Sweet Talk Kuzmenko. So Andrei Kuzmenko, if you're not familiar, is the 26-year-old Russian coming over. He's a free agent right now, so he has to sign the cheap entry-level contract. The cheap 1-year deal here, get him in the league, but that's what makes him perfect for the Oilers, right? We're cap strapped. We have a little wiggle room here, but we have a lot of people to sign, and we got some pieces to move. So he would be an excellent piece to slot in there. Right-handed shot, plays on the left-hand side, typically. Man, he'd be nice cheap piece, but I think he's going to have a real good impact in the NHL. Yeah, definitely look at more content for him. We'll probably do a preview on Kuzmenko later on. Number 3, set reasonable parameters for Kane and Kulak contracts. I got to be honest, I think I've moved past Evander Kane. I think Evander Kane has moved past the Edmonton Oilers. He dropped that thank you Instagram and whatnot, but Kulak, I want Kulak back. He might have been one of the best deadline pickups across the league. He had such an impact in the postseason for us, and he played so well towards the end here for us. We just got to bring him back, right? He just played so well. If we can get him at a good price, which I think we can, and it sounds like he liked his time in Edmonton as well, I would love to bring him back. Number 4, convince Keith to retire. So we're talking about Duncan Keith. We did a video comparing him to Cale Makar a while back, but I think his time has come, right? His cap hit's like $5.5 million, I think, for this coming season. If he retires, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money the Oilers can use in a lot of good ways. And his impact on the ice just wasn't up to par. He performed fine, right? And I know his mentorship to Bouchard this season was really key, and he had a great season. Bouchard is running the power play right now at the point. But Duncan Keith, that money could be used elsewhere. So I agree. We should convince Duncan Keith to retire as well. Hang him up. He's had a wonderful career. Let's celebrate it. Now, the NHL changing their rule and potentially saying that we're not going to get a benefit in the cap because of that, that's a topic for another discussion. Number 5, figure out Mike Smith's status. So that is the Smith we're referring to here. That's our goalie, the legend, peaks and valleys as we go. I another one, he's had a great career, but he's getting up there, and I can't ride the roller coaster anymore. We got to move on. He can move to another team if he wants to retire. Absolutely good for him. I got my eyes on Soupy. I tell you what, moving into, well, no spoilers, but then number 6, search for a taker for Clefbaum's contract. So we just saw Shea Weber's contract get traded, and Clefbaum, unfortunately, this is a tough one for Oilers fans. unfortunately, he's probably not going to play for us ever again. Probably not going to play again. So that contract, it's kind of valuable, right, for certain teams moving on to long-term injured reserve. But same token, Oilers, we could do the same thing. So it feels like that is something the Oilers may do, and I'd be okay with that too. Keep him around. I would like to see him more. Maybe them celebrate him a little more as well. Let me know in the comments, Oilers fans. Number 7, trade or buy out Kassian. Absolutely. I put the exclamation point. Daniel Nugent-Bowman didn't. I did. Kassian, God bless him. He puts in the effort, but man, he had a rough season. And I agree, we need to move on from Kassian, absolutely. Number 8, value and sign the 3 lads. So yes, Puljujarvi, Yamamoto, and McLeod. I love all 3. I think all 3 have a great impact on the team. I think they make the team better. We got to resign him. Puljujarvi, get him in for $3.5 million. Yamamoto, maybe a little more, right around that. And McLeod, he's going to be a little cheaper. But McLeod improved so much from start to finish. You gotta make sure they're locked down. Now, Puljujarvi, that's a little interesting one. I don't know if Ken Holland is really warm to him, or if he's just saying the things he did about we got to figure out if he's a part of the team. Is he just saying that for negotiating? Yeah, we'll see. But my ultimate fear is Puljujarvi goes to another team and becomes the next Valerie Nichushkin, because Stars fans, you guys got to just be dying inside a little bit seeing how well he's doing. But at the same token, if it means Puljujarvi is going to succeed and do well, I wish the best for the lad too. Number 9, be ready to take a run at Kemper or Husso. So this is where I kind of divulge, and I don't want to diverge away from Mr. Nugent-Bowman. I want Soupy. I think that's who I want to be the Edmonton Oilers goalkeeper next season. After rewatching the All or Nothing Toronto Maple Leafs, man, that dude cares so much. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone care so much about how they do for their team. Not about how they do personally, but how they do for their team's sake. I think he'd be a great addition to the Edmonton Oilers locker room, and he'd be a great tendy to have in there. I like Stuart Skinner too, though, to be honest. I don't know if he's ready yet to take the full starting gig, but give him the backup gig, give him some time. Number 10, sign at least one NHL forward. So the context on this one is if everything goes right, we still need one more NHL caliber forward. And to be honest, I don't know. I mean, of course, if things don't fall right, and if Kane's going to go, it feels like, then yeah, we're going to need to replace that. But Holloway, I really do want them to lean on him. Give him some ice time. Lean into the young kids again. Puljujarvi, Yamamoto, McLeod, bring them all back. Let's get these kids going because they've got the talent. And Woodcroft has the track record, even showing this season, right? And with the Condors, he can grow this young talent. We need that. So Oilers fans, this is what Mr. Daniel Nugent-Bowman has presented us. 10-step plan to get through the offseason and hopefully get us on that way to the Cup. Let me know what you think the most important spot of the offseason is going to be for the Oilers. I tell you what, I still think we got to bring everyone back, let Kane go, but Tendy, baby, Tendy. But we are doing a giveaway. That's going to do it for the video today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Avs dominated game 2, but we have a game 3 in a few days, so but we are doing a giveaway right now. We're on that race to 100 subscribers, so thank you so much if you are subscribed. I appreciate you. If you're not, please go ahead. We're going to keep bringing you content daily, and once we hit 100 subscribers, we're going to be giving something away hockey related. Could be a jersey, autograph, might just be a gift card to the NHL shop, so you guys can pick something out for yourselves. But whatever it is, it's just to say thank you. I appreciate you guys. Until next time, cheers!